How's it going, everybody? Last Valerian back again with some more of the Mortal Kombat 11 online stress test, and this video will be my final impressions video for the game overall. Talk a little bit about the custom variations real quick. I didn't dive too deep into that, but I feel like I got the basic idea of what they were going with. I'll use Baraka as the example for how the spaces work, because I know that his gutted takes 2 spaces, and I'm pretty sure that he has something called flag charge or something like that, where he takes his flag out and I guess runs at you, and that only takes 1 space. But I do believe you need to put the flag down in order to use that. I didn't use the attack, but I know that it's one of those moves that had 1 space. So you only have 3 spaces in general, and there are moves that can probably take up 3 spaces if I'm not mistaken. I think in a P&D ketchup mustard video, it was either ketchup or mustard that mentioned that Garrus, for example, has a move that takes up 3 spaces. If you use that, you can't use anything else. And of course, the purpose of that, obviously, is to make sure that your character isn't completely overpowered and there's nothing that you can do, as certain moves combined with others can make for a very devastating character and just maybe even completely unwinnable in most cases. Like, let's say for sake of argument that Baraka didn't have enough to zone with, because his zoning's pretty good, but excuse me, it's not as good as Scarlet. Scarlet has very good zoning. So if you have a character like Scarlet facing Baraka, if his zoning was just garbage, then he gets completely outzoned. And Scarlet even has a teleportability, and whenever I upload that set that I was talking about with the other Scarlet user that I played, dude was really good, and he had the teleportability. When he was using Scarlet's zoning, like, yeah, whenever I tried to zone back, he would throw out the teleport. Now, I was going to try to put that in myself, but I was just kind of used to the way splash damage was, and at the time I didn't know exactly how the custom variations work, so I couldn't really use that. But the entire point is that some matches could be completely unwinnable for some characters. Like I said, just in case like Baraka didn't have good zoning, or even zoning to begin with, to compete with Scarlet. And there, as I mentioned before, there needs to be some kind of mechanic in the game to help you get around zoning, because some characters' zoning is just way too good. Like, even if Baraka's isn't better than Scarlet's, if he gets the upper hand on you and there's nothing that you can do, like maybe you have like super low health and you have to slowly make your way in, you're gonna get screwed. I've actually come across that plenty of times myself, maybe even in this match right here, I can't remember. But the point is, there just needs to be something to kind of help a certain character like Baraka, for example, get in on a character like Scarlet, because Baraka doesn't have a teleport. So he needs to have something to be able to move in, to not be completely zoned out. Because yes, like, this dude he's definitely getting the upper hand, but that's because I can't use a tentacle very well. I know that it has like 4 different ranges, but I didn't know how to do the full screen version of it. I was trying to figure it out like throughout this match, and I think through some other ones as well. I was trying to figure out how you could do that. I just didn't have time to look at the moves list, really, to truly study it, because a lot of people would try to just get right into the match and not let the intros play, as I discussed before. But let's close off the custom variation discussion by saying that the basic idea is that you can either edit, like for, we'll say, splash damage. You can edit splash damage and edit any of the pre-existing variations, or you can create your very own, pick your own icon, pick whatever you want for that specific variation, and name it whatever you desire. You know, when it comes to the editing, you can just say like, alright, well, splash damage has dagger dance. I don't want to use dagger dance because I won't need it. I don't need to worry about parries. I'm going to stay full screen, and I want to stay full screen, but I would also like to be able to give my opponent a surprise every now and then. So let's put the teleport in there, and there you go. Then you'd have, you know, this really powerful Scarlet that can also teleport and zone the hell out of you. What fun! Now, for my final thoughts on the game, I messed around with the classic tower. I didn't save any footage, I do apologize for that, but I messed around with the classic tower, just playing. I was playing on very hard, or not very hard, but I was playing on hard, and then I even put it on very easy, just to kind of make the player or the opponent not do anything, so I could test a few things out. Doing dashes you can do dash and you can cancel it into any button, it seems. But you can't seem to do what you could do in Mortal Kombat 9, for example, where you could do a button and then cancel into a dash, and then cancel that dash into another button. That's where a lot of high-level gameplay came from in Mortal Kombat 9, and it doesn't seem like you can do that with 11, but you can at least cancel dashes into buttons. That's very good. Real quick, I'll mention the crushing blows. I do enjoy the crushing blow mechanic. It's pretty cool. I think it's like a swaggy way to do like an actual damaging X-rays. With X-rays in the previous game, it's like it took all 3 of your bars and it could give you decent damage. I mean, it could close out a round maybe if you time it right. If you maybe do it on a read or something like that, or if you just react to somebody's whiffed move or whatever. But there was never reason to do it in a combo unless you're just kind of showing off, I'd say, or at least ending a round. But you just didn't really get enough to justify using all 3 bars, So in this game, it's actually really cool with the fatal blows that like it only happens like during a certain percentage of health, like when you reach about like less than 30%. As you can see right there, I have access to my fatal blow, but it's just really cool that the crushing blows allow you to kind of still see somewhat of the X-ray elements that they had in the previous games. And also, like, devastating attacks because, it could do a decent amount of damage, for just, like, one crushing blow. And the cool thing to be able to, like, combo into, like, for instance, with Baraka, you have his 1-2-2, which I think on Punish, if I'm not mistaken, it'll activate. And I think it's kind of the same for his forward 4-4, where on Punish, his forward 4 will also activate. So you could do 1-2-2, actually combo into it because it will launch on hit, and then maybe do gutted, amplify gutted, and then go into his forward 4-4. So I mean, there's a lot I can't wait to explore when the full game comes out, and of course there's still the beta on the 28th that I really want to get my hands on, hoping that some more characters will be in there. But I don't really know what I would like to see change overall for the game. I feel like the only thing I really want is just, I want casual players to be able to get into it. I don't want them to turn it off because they keep getting out zoned, so it'd just be nice if there'd be something to deal with zoning. That's kind of like my biggest concern right there. Will there be something implemented to get around zoning in the future? I don't think there will be, but we'll just have to wait and see. But I do enjoy the game from what I've played of it so far. I can't wait to play more, and I'm definitely excited about it. And I hope that you guys are. I also hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you all thought. Let me know what you enjoyed about this game if you had access to the stress test. And of course, subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with your friends. Ask them to do the same. And this is Psycho Valerian, wishing you the best. Take care, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
Vengeance. Round 2, fight. Fatality. Scorpion wins. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Finish her. Round 1. Fight. Finish him. Fatality. Scarlet wins.